Alright guys, this is the last meal you'll see from Clearwater. It's quite delicious. This was called the Seafood Sampler. It was actually an appetizer. Smoked salmon, smoked mussels with that dressing on top, the little carrot and cucumber salad, sliced up boiled egg, seared ahi tuna with another kind of dressing on it, and then some pickled ginger up there along with these grilled shrimp. It's quite delicious, really light lunch I had. Quite tasty. The place was called Bon Appetit. And when I got home, this was waiting for me in the mailbox. My oatmeal. I built my own blend. Called it Kakarot cake. If you're a DBZ fan, you understand the reference. It's carrot cake, glazed donut, and sweet icing flavor. You could get 3. Couldn't choose, so I decided to go with donut and carrot cake and icing. Also added some quinoa flakes because that was an option, and some raisins. I added the light raisins, so it's like 6 or 8 raisins for 2 servings for a cup serving, so you kind of have to search for them. It's pretty good, and you'll see it once I cooked it in just a second. There it is. And I think I actually ended up heating this up a little bit longer because I like it pretty thick. You can see the texture a little bit. This is the signature smash blend, which is rolled oats and flax, so it has a little bit of a crunch to it, and it also has those quinoa flakes. So I really like the texture, and I might mix it with some of my regular oatmeal in the future. Here's some training up next. It was squats. Squats are still feeling really good. It's my last warm-up set, and I worked up to 4 sets of 6 with 300 pounds. Weight moved really smoothly. Really happy with my bar speed, and my depth is still well below parallel, but I am cutting it a little short of where I had been. As my waist gets bigger and the belt gets tighter, I'm not able to go as deep as I have been, but since the belt is still loose, I'm able to pretty much sit down on the floor. So I've had to stop myself from doing that lately, and squats have been feeling much better. And in this training session, I did squats, deadlifts, and barbell rows. That was it. I was pretty pressed for time because of my work schedule, so I went ahead and moved my curls to the following day when I did bench press. And my schedule right now, my training schedule, is squats and deadlifts Monday, bench and OHP Tuesday, squat, bench, and a triceps exercise on Wednesday, back and biceps on Thursday, squat, bench, and a little more fluff work on Friday, weekends off. And I've decided recently to add in 1 to 2 HIIT sessions of cardio per week. That's not optimal for powerlifting training because it's not directly related to my goals, but my weight has been climbing a little more quickly than I'd like in the past few days, so I just decided to kind of mitigate that with a little bit of cardio because I don't want to restrict calories right now. I'd rather be in a surplus and possibly sacrifice a little bit of strength gain, although a negligible amount, I think, by doing some type of HIIT cardio 1 to 2 times per week for 4 to 8 intervals, depending on what type of HIIT I'm doing. And if I miss a session, I'm not going to worry about it. But this is the last set of squats here anyway, and you'll see the deadlifts next. You won't see anything else from this training session. So I'll just go over where my macros are. When I was in Clearwater, I did my best to track, but I really didn't know. I was eating out quite a bit, as you saw. But macros right now are 190 protein. I upped protein a little bit just because I wanted to. Put some calories there. Carbs are at 385. Fat is at 64. So that's where I am right now, between 28 and 2,900 calories. Very much of an increase since prep. And now you'll see just some very, very brief posing. Definitely some weight gain, but that's good, really. I'm feeling quite a bit better. And I don't think I'm quite a fat ass yet, but there's definitely some obvious weight gain here. And probably some water retention, but I don't want to make excuses because some of this definitely is fat. There it is. And you'll see some ice cream I had later on. If you guys have ever tried honey on ice cream, then you know how delicious this is. If you haven't, then just do it. It freezes a little bit and is just awesome. This is slow churned Neapolitan with honey. Alright, next day, and this was a really, really high weigh-in. My highest so far by 2 pounds. One of those days when it just jumped up. But I felt really watery, and my sleep this week has been awful. I think I got about 3 to 4 hours for like 3 days in a row, just because of driving from Clearwater and to Clearwater, and then having to work when I got back. Just reverse the order of what I just said. Anyway, training went really well. Except for that first set. This was supposed to be 4 sets of 6 with 190. And I got distracted by the music I was listening to. Some Luda, Biznass. And I forgot what number I was on. I got 5. Looked back at the clip and then got 7 on the second set. And then 6 on the last 2. So got the right total number of reps in the right number of sets. But the first set was just 5 reps. Second set was 7. Anyway, everything went well. Followed this with 2 sets of 8 on close grip bench press. You'll see the very first set. And then I had to split up my training into 2 sessions because of my schedule, which happens pretty often. And I came back and did overhead press, some lateral raises with dumbbells for shoulders, and then I did some cable curls for biceps. Just hit a biceps movement since I never got to it on Monday. So everything got done. And then I also did 6 sled pushes down and back. And if you've been a subscriber for a while, you've seen how I do those sled pushes. It's pretty simple. It's in this room right here. I just go from one end of the room to the other and back. And then rest between 1 and 2 minutes. The rest periods usually get longer as I go. Here's the training. And there are a few things I do want to talk about the conference, just some takeaway points. And I'll try to cover those in a vlog really soon, and just keep that separate so it's not too confusing. And this is just my meal that I had when I got home from work today. Just some okra that I steamed. And okra can get kind of slimy, so if you're not an okra fan, I completely understand. And this is 2 different brands of lightly breaded chicken, Tyson and Purdue. They're both pretty macro friendly. So I had this, and then I added some chicken wing sauce. Alright, if you've made it this far, I appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and don't if you didn't. I'll talk to you next time.